The moment we've all been waiting for. The NBA Finals are here. Yes, we're rocking a hat, getting a haircut tomorrow. But we're here. It's Tuesday evening, and I'm here to make my annual predictions for the 2026 Finals. And not gonna lie, when the Western Final Conference Finals first started, I like everyone is basically whoever wins that wins it all, because that was like the mini finals in itself. But like now, especially when you see how the Knicks are playing and that they're not like a joke, is really up in the air. And after like the Spurs solidified their spot, punched their ticket, I like I'm not even like sold on who I chose to win this. Like it really could go either way. It's not one sided at all. You can make the case that it might be, but in my honest opinion, I don't think it is. So let's get started. I have some notes and some topics to talk about. First thing being that the stars on both teams will have a tough matchup defensively all around. You have Brunson. He'll be getting guarded by like Castle. Dylan Harper can play some aggressive defense. Karl Anthony Towns, of course, might have Wemby on him, unless they want Wemby to roam. On the flip side, Fox is probably going to have Mikal Bridges on him. Wemby might have Mitchell Robinson on an OB Cat, just a bunch of those guys like rotating on defense. So I think it's going to be hard all around, and this is what the finals are for, showing like who's truly made and ready for it, who wants to win. So this might be a good thing. Maybe both sides will struggle, or maybe both sides will just pop off, or maybe you'll see who's built for it and who's not. I think that's just something to keep in mind as we see these players perform in the finals. Next thing has to do with the Knicks. Obviously, they've been super, super hot, basically ever since they lost their second game, because that's all they lost in the playoffs this year. And I have that they're first in the playoffs. They're the first best team in field goal percentage at 51.5, and they're also first in 3-point percentage at 40. So my question for them is if they can stay hot, if that's something they need to worry about, because obviously their time that they took from the second to the third round was a while, and you saw that they were down 22, but they came back and won. This is different. I mean, it's the finals, a new team, but like they're having this extra rest and break. But then again, it might only take one game for them to really like break it in and be ready. I mean, that one game could cost you down the line is the finals. But for the Spurs, they're not super far behind. In field goal percentage, they're fourth at 47%. And then at 3-point percentage, they're also fourth at 36.5. So it's not like a clear difference, but like the Knicks, I believe they're also first in points per game. And yeah, they're just not missing. They have guys on their team who are just not missing. And as long as they can stay healthy, especially OG, like they're no joke. If you see people saying like Spurs, no doubt. I don't know what they're talking about. Going back to the Knicks and their hot shooting, on top of can they stay hot, like you also have to think that they're gonna have to be shooting more jumpers and stuff than what they have previously been doing, because now Wemby is gonna be sitting in the paint. Like what is like I don't think they're gonna just try to full on drive and like bang up on him. They're gonna have to be forced to shoot. That's what every team that goes against him is gonna have to do, because he's just there, guarding the basket super well. So yes, they're gonna have to shoot more. Yes, they're shooting at a good percentage, but can that increase volume? Will that also mean a dip in percentage? We'll have to wait and see. Next thing, did write pros for both teams and kind of just seeing like what they have an advantage of. We'll do the Spurs first this time. I did say that they beat better competition. They beat the previous champs in the Thunder. They beat the team that went to the conference finals 2 years prior in the Timberwolves, both 2 years prior, and then they beat the up and coming younger Trailblazers. The Knicks, on the other hand, beat the first round was the Hawks, who they actually were the only team to beat them, the Hawks. Then they swept the 76ers, who made a 3-1 comeback, and then they swept the Cavs, who had to go through 2 Game 7s before that. Obviously, the Spurs have played better teams. The Knicks have handled their business, though, which is not to be like shaded. But the Spurs have, been tested more and have pushed through more. And then I also said nothing to lose. Obviously, it's not just like they're an anomaly and like whatever happens is a success and like so what, we're probably gonna be here next year. They're like true contenders, but then again, they're also super young. It's their first year here with this core. So like if you lose, if they would have lost the conference finals, like that's still a successful season. No huge deal. Like yes, they really have a shot to win this, but then again, it's also like you don't got to tear it down. If you lost, like the Knicks, if they potentially lose. And their last pro that I have is just straight up Victor Wembanyama. Like I was trying to think of one, and then he just popped in my mind, and I was like, oh, it's that easy. One their best player is a pro for them because no one else in the whole entire league is like him. He just makes them so unique and brings them to a whole different level. The Knicks, they're pros. I do have more experience. Obviously, going back to the Spurs beating better competition, they have beat experienced teams. But I don't know, the finals can just be a different environment. And the Knicks are very experienced in the playoffs. OG is the champion with the Raptors. Mikal has been to the finals with the Suns. Brunson has been in the conference finals with two different teams. So has Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah, they have a lot of experience down their roster, and an older coach in Mike Brown compared to Mitch Johnson, the Spurs coach. Next thing for them, like I mentioned, they have like hotter or higher highs. Like when they're rolling, if both teams in this finals were rolling on offense, the Knicks will be better because their like firepower, their ceiling is just higher than the Spurs because they're just automatic shooting, shooting. We make everything. You can't catch up. And lastly, I have more rested, which I also touched upon, which could also be a curse, but they've shown that they can battle back from that curse if it were to affect them at all. This brings me to my predictions. I was thinking that it could have changed while I was like talking myself through these notes and stuff. I think overall, I'm gonna have to go Knicks winning this in maybe 6 games. I feel like it's too much to ask for saying it's 7. So I think I'm gonna go Knicks in 6, which means they would close it out in the Garden, which would be pretty wild to do. And obviously the Finals MVP would be in this scenario, Jalen Brunson. So those are my finals picks. We'll see how it goes. And who do you got winning? I'm out.